Hey everybody, Miss Dietrich here. We're taking a look at question number 5 from quiz 4C for science. Number 5 reads, a person with type O blood inherits, and then we have to figure out which one of these 4 situations is true. So is it 2 dominant alleles for blood type, 2 recessive alleles for blood type, 1 dominant allele and 1 recessive allele for blood type, neither dominant nor recessive allele for blood type? All right, so let's assume that both parents are type O blood. We'll do that one first. So if we look at the offspring, so dad is type O, which has the recessive alleles II, and mom is type O, and she would have the recessive alleles for the blood type, which we use the notation of an I. Now, if we fill in the offspring, 100% of the offspring would end up having type O blood. But what if dad was type A heterozygous and mom was type B heterozygous, but they did have the recessive O blood allele? If we look at the offspring in this case, this offspring would end up being type AB. This offspring would be type B because this is the dominant allele that masks or covers up the O blood type, or this allele here. That's why we use a lowercase I. This offspring would inherit the dominant A blood type, but still has the O allele, but it's recessive, so the offspring would not be type O. And this offspring would, in fact, be type O because they inherit the 2 recessive alleles, one from dad and one from mom. So now we have to look at the Punnett square, and I didn't actually finish this, but I think you kind of see where we're going with this. If we look at the answer choices, what's true for any of these offspring or this offspring? What's true about what they inherited? So is it, look at it and decide, did they inherit 2 dominant alleles for blood type? Because we were just saying that these are recessive alleles, so it can't be that. 2 recessive alleles for blood type, 1 dominant allele and 1 recessive allele, because we were saying earlier that these are dominant alleles here and it masks or covers up the type O, or neither dominant nor recessive alleles for blood type. All right, so take a look again at the Punnett square and decide what's true.